My brain goes, fair enough. I'm trying to do things faster. These are Decuba ankle jeans. They're a size 14. They have been altered around the waist, and I did put measurements in. I even made a mistake on this listing. I listed them as a size 16 when they're actually a size 14. But then I messaged the buyer and said, there are measurements. I'm sorry for the mistake. Do you want them, or would you like a refund? They were like, nope, it's fine. They will still fit me. Yeah, very happy with that. I know that with every category, there is this risk that you might mislabel something, you might list something incorrectly, you miss out on flaws, and that's okay. It's part of the learning process, and it's part of the learning process with second-hand items, because it's not new. Even with new items, there are flaws. So, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't feel like the moment you miss any flaws, there's going to be, huge repercussions. There are not. Returns are a natural thing when it comes to running a business. So far, I've had 2 returns since really giving the store a go, and it was around that 750 listing mark where I started noticing that I was not noticing things. For example, I sold a skirt that had some mild staining on one of the flowers, which I missed. They said I'm happy to send it back for a full refund as long as you send me a label. I said, cool. So I sent them the label, they sent it back, we've relisted it. It has not affected sales. Another one was a Uniqlo, it was a linen jumpsuit, but I listed it as a dress because I even took a photo of me holding up one leg so that when I looked at the photos, I knew that it was not a dress, because it was one of those wide leg kind of jumpsuits. So therefore, draped on a hanger, it looked like a dress. And I listed it as a dress because it was late at night and this thing just didn't happen. Buyer got it and said, oh my gosh, I discovered it had legs. It's not good for my bladder. And I was like, yes, I totally agree, because I know women who don't like jumpsuits purely for that reason as well. And friendly conversation, send them a label, they returned it, we've relisted it. No repercussions as far as, sales slowing down. I know some people will say when cases get open, eBay steps in, or yada yada, whether it's rightfully or wrongly, sales slow down. I have seen it in some stores, but now I'm not convinced anymore that it's a thing, because it didn't slow sales down in the clothing store that I've got. It did slow sales down in the baby clothing store that I've got, where someone opened up a case saying that the onesie we sold them looked like it had been altered. They said that it wasn't symmetrical. Just so you know, onesies are not symmetrical because they're stretchy fabrics. And they made up some story about how they lost a child and that it was meant to be sentimental. And then when it arrived, it upset them. And I said, could you please just show us, where you think it has been altered? And they just kept building on this story, which to me is a red flag. When someone is opening a return and they are not willing to provide visual evidence of the thing that they're complaining about, even for motorized items where you can't upload a video onto the returns case, buyers who have said to me that it doesn't work, or they're trying to troubleshoot with me, they will try and find a way to get me to send them an email address or a number of something that will allow them to send that video to me. And the fact that this person just wanted to tell a story and get a full refund, I was like, nope, here's a label, send it back if you want, send it back or no refund. And when you do that, eBay actually has a cutoff time. If they don't send it back by that cutoff time, you're not required to refund them anymore. There is no negative feedback. Any negative feedback that they leave will be removed. In that situation, it did slow our sales down for a week. So I don't think it's a thing. I think it may be a thing, but once again, the only thing we know is that the algorithm is complicated and complex, and no one really knows how it works except that it does. So all this to say, don't stress out about returns. It will happen when it happens. Follow through with eBay's processes, and if you have to incur the cost of a return because of a mistake, so be it. It happens. It's bound to happen, especially when you start getting into the several hundred listings, several thousand listings, and you've got and deep down, you're rushing. You're trying to do it faster. I know I'm trying to do it faster. And every time someone has pointed out that I have missed a detail, my brain doesn't go, no, I didn't. My brain goes, fair enough. I'm trying to do things faster. So yeah, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join our Discord community and also consider becoming a channel member. I'll see you guys later.